Holy crap. Trump just did the unthinkable. In a lot of people's minds, he just did something pretty amazing, something specific to Bitcoin that I want to show you today. We also have Fed Jerome Powell cutting rates. This is the start of a new era. I want to talk about this, talk about what's happening in the market, talk about the top news. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit subscribe underneath the video. It helps out the channel. Also knows. It also tells the YouTube algorithm that there should be more people watching this channel, more people paying attention to crypto. So it helps out your fellow bag holders as well. Also, if you want to trade cryptocurrency, there's a link underneath the video to Margex where you can long and short the market. As you can see here, we actually hit this resistance, this trend line several times, got rejected by it. Now it looks like we're flipping and maybe turning it into support, especially if we make another move up here. Extremely bullish. If we can pull off a move above this previous resistance at 65,000, we are looking at a higher low and a higher high. I'm pretty pumped about this. If you are too, you can check out the link underneath the video to Margex to start trading. They're doing a big Caspa airdrop as well, where you can get some free tokens, and unlike other platforms, it's very simply laid out, and you can use different forms of collateral. So if you think Solana is going to go up more than Bitcoin, but you want a little less volatility, you can trade the Bitcoin chart with Solana as collateral. Now, last thing, Flappy Bird has come back. Flappy Bird is a game that I played. I actually just posted about it here today. Let me actually pull it up. I got 29. I got 29 as my high score. If you think you can beat it, let me know down below in the comments section. I'll leave a link to it underneath the video. Our community, My Financial Friend, is in 9th place. Let's see if we can get this up to like 2 or 3. There's going to be an airdrop too, so if you want to play it, it's moving over to Web3, but it's free to play, so check out the link underneath the video. Let's start here. Jerome Powell lowered rates by 50 basis points here today, and actually, there's a 32% chance right now that they lower rates by another 50 basis points in November. The majority of the market thinks it's going to be a 25 basis point cut, then another 25 basis point cut, maybe 50 basis point cut by the end of the year. Let's move over here. Nick T says the Federal Reserve cut rates by 50 basis points. The median projection has two more 25 basis point cuts in 2024 for a total of 100 basis points this year, or 50 basis points from here on out. Fed Governor Mickey Bauman disseminated in favor of a smaller 25 basis point cut, the first dissent by a governor since 2005. So there are some mixed opinions, but the majority of people think that 50 basis points are still was the way to go today. We see Bitcoin dominance falling a little bit on this news, maybe a little bit of alts, showing some strength, but in general, Bitcoin dominance still up significantly over the last couple of days. This is interesting. This shows that they are really focused on the labor market, and Jerome Powell said that. Actually, when this news came out, Bitcoin spiked up to over 61,000. Right? We spiked to over 61,000, got rejected at the same point, 61,200 that we had seen previously. You can see here. And in general, the stock market moved up drastically as well when the number came out, 50 basis points. Then when Jerome Powell started speaking, just generally the general market and Bitcoin also moved down. Now, it seemed like Jerome Powell was trying to talk down the markets, right? Trying to make sure that we weren't too excited, saying that, there's no chance of recession. He basically said that we don't see a recession, but he said their focus was really on the labor market, that they're focused on the labor market. They see a lagging effect. So they know that even though unemployment has been raising up, these Fed rate cuts won't affect the economy for several months. So that kind of talked down the market a bit in my mind, but just generally, the Fed cutting rates is fundamentally bullish for risk on assets. This is good for Bitcoin. This is good for stocks. This is good for real estate, just in general. People are not getting the same rates that they were getting even a week ago. Like this will change in the next week. you're going to start making 0.5% less on your money market funds. You can actually see here, put in a long trade before the rate decision here today. We're up 20%, so it looks pretty good right now. Flipping this into support and moving up. I longed right when we were at support here, then it's moved up since then. But just generally, I'm pretty excited about us changing into the rate cutting cycle instead of the rate hiking cycle. Now, maybe they started this a little bit slower, right? They started a little bit late, but the fact is they cut 50 basis points right off the bat, which means they mean business, right? They are going to start cutting rates pretty aggressively, and then maybe they do 25 basis points from here on out. The terminal rate is around 4.4%, so they are expecting, a couple more rate cuts this year, which should be good for risk on assets. And considering the fact that the economy does look pretty good, I think we're in a good place right now. I am excited about Bitcoin. I'm excited for risk on assets in general. So that's good to see. Also, BlackRock still pushing Bitcoin. I know they haven't seen many inflows recently, but BlackRock graph shows Bitcoin performs the best during times of uncertainty and is a flight to safety. Just earlier today, there was some news about possibly some explosives near a Trump rally, and there's been a lot of uncertainty. Whether you think all these assassination attempts are legitimate or not, either way, it's insane that someone's, there this many people trying to attack a former president, or if you think they're making all this up, it's still insane either way. So there is global uncertainty. I think we've seen a lot of that over the previous years. And as you can see, like the 10-day returns, obviously Bitcoin is quite volatile. So, on COVID, it went down drastically, but it has performed pretty well during the election challenges. It's performed well during the regional banking crisis, performed well during the Iran escalation, and, the carry trade unwinding, pretty much 0%. And then the 60-day return has been nuts. This has been the best performing asset in every one of these situations, right? U.S.-Iran escalation up 20%. COVID outbreak up 21%. U.S. election challenges 131%. Russia invasion of Ukraine 15%. Regional banking crisis 32%. This is where they get that information. Recently, they said that you can invest in Bitcoin for uncertainty. This is probably where they're getting that information from. It's performed quite well. And they're not the only ones investing in Bitcoin, potentially. Donald Trump has invested a lot of his time, maybe his money, into Bitcoin recently. He seems quite pro-Bitcoin, and part of that might just be donations or something, but just today, he says we're in a new era with Bitcoin. It's amazing. And he actually pays for something with Bitcoin. You can see here a lot of different people talk about how Donald Trump pays for food at a bar using Bitcoin. And there's so many different reporters. Anthony Pompliano is in the background here, looking like a Secret Service agent. But let's play the clip.
We have it's National Cheeseburger Day, evidently.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
So we got some burgers and Diet Cokes if you want
the best burger in the city.
And David's doing a good job, everybody, right? Hey, David. Does everyone know David?
Mr. Bellow, David, Bitcoin Magazine. Yeah, he's great.
He's doing a good job. You got this whole thing started.
Yeah.
I'll sign that.
Menu, yeah.
Would you like one? You want a hamburger?
These burgers.
Talking about David Bailey, the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine and the CEO of the Bitcoin Conference as well, pointing out, Trump pointing out that he's doing a good job. Obviously, he also helped set up a lot of donations, paid in Bitcoin from different crypto companies and crypto CEOs. So obviously, Trump might be a little bit biased because they've given him a lot of money, but they believe, people in crypto believe in backing pro-crypto candidates. So whether you like Trump or not, the fact is, if you believe in Bitcoin, if you like Bitcoin, the fact that a president has used Bitcoin and paid for something is good, right? So that is awesome. A lot of people wouldn't have believed this. If I had told you 2 years ago, in the bottom of the bear market, when companies are going bankrupt left and right, billion-dollar companies are selling off large portfolios of Bitcoin and crypto, that in 2 years, a presidential candidate would be using Bitcoin, would be going to Bitcoin conferences, would be talking about strategic reserves of Bitcoin, you probably would have laughed me out of the room or laughed and unsubscribed from me, right? Or maybe never even watch a video in the first place. But now we have a presidential candidate buying, using, talking about Bitcoin. That is pretty awesome, however you slice it. Again, if you want to try to beat my score, you can try underneath the video to Flappy Bird. Like I said, free to play. Let me know if you beat my score. Let me know down below in the comment section. And after you get the first egg, you can select my financial friend community. We are trying to be the #1 community out there. Let me know your thoughts about the rate cuts overall. We will see some volatility, but I think it's awesome for crypto. I think it's awesome for everyone that's invested in the market, right? Over the last couple of years, these rate cuts are tailwinds, not headwinds. So I'm quite excited about it. Of course, it will take time for these to take effect in our economy, but overall, I think we're in a great place. Let me know your thoughts, though, underneath the video. Let me know what you're drinking tonight, too. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know what you're drinking. I'm just going with some water, but I did have a beer closing out a business opportunity earlier. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Check out the link underneath the video to Margex, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.